What's up? How you doing? I just wanted to do a quick video on iSTEP and why, if you are interested in swing trading BSC, you should be trading this. So, to be honest, I'm not completely sure what iSTEP is. Apparently, it's some sort of NFT sneaker, get points for like run to earn type deal. I have honestly not much clue, to be honest. What I do notice is it looks completely legit. Okay, clearly, other people like it. You know that this is started all the way down here. Like it's clearly other people think the same. I mean, if you scroll down to like the iStep team, I really like seeing the actual faces. I mean, you can click on their LinkedIn's, like that. That is really nice to see. The website's really good. The white paper is pretty cool. Which this technically isn't a white paper. This is more just like an overview. Um, or maybe it is. I'm not sure. Either way, it looks good, right? Things are safe, right? Our funds are safe, right? The reason I like to trade this, and I think trading this is so value, and I think trading swing trading BNB is undervalued, right? Is because these moves right here. Look at these moves, right? If you bought the bottom right here, that is a 35% increase. That is insane. Okay, let's do it again, right? 21% increase. This entry here was a 50% increase. And I'll go over these and why they make sense. 25% increase. I mean, even from here, right, once it broke out of this little ascending triangle, that was a straight 2.3x. And because we're trading on BSC, all of these go straight to you, straight back into your wallet. Um, I just recently, just now, placed an entry here, and sold about at the top right there, for I think it was a 5%. My stop loss was literally anywhere below. I put it at like a 1% stop loss, and my take was like a 5. So I took like a good 7% off of that trade, and that's a small one. That's a small entry. If you made the same bet here, right, this was an even better entry, or better trade for an 18%. I mean, even if you put $100 down on this, right? That is $18 at least because they take about 1% per trade, so that's at least $15, right? Within how much time did that take? I mean, 30 minutes for $15. I mean, what do you get paid an hour? That's a $30 an hour right there. I think that's pretty worth it. So, the way I look at it is, if you continue making these trades, I'm a little bit crazy. I like to double down. So it's exponential. Your profits are exponential because after this move, well, now you have 40% more in your portfolio, or whatever, to take this move and to take this move and to take this move. It's really cool. I want to go over like why these trades make sense. So some people say that you can't do technical analysis on low market cap coins, and I completely disagree. Let's take a look all the way back here, okay, and why this 2x made sense. All right, you can even yeah, no, let's do this. This one makes the most sense to me, okay, because not only it's not like a minute trend, okay, this is more of a this trend happened over a decent amount of time, which means we have more data, which gives us more reason to validate our technical analysis. Okay, this trend happened over a period of about 18 hours, so that's quite a bit to form a good trend. You see that it came up to this top. Okay, it formed a swing high, went up to that swing high, went up again to that swing high, and it's showing that it's resisting at that point, right? And what do we see on the bottom? right? We see higher lows, higher lows. Okay, it's forming an ascending triangle. That's at least the way I see it. So it's pushing up, pushing up, pushing up, and then finally it seems to be breaking through. About right here is where I'd say, yeah, I am dropping, because at that point right there, okay, our stop loss on a trade like that, if it breaks, say we don't have anything but you know where it is right there. Okay, say this is what we were looking at. We'd have these 3 points right here to form a kind of a trend line. Okay, and you can say, well, if it breaks through, if it breaks and closes on the 5 minute below this trend line, then that invalidates the trend. So you could set your stop loss just under that line for 5%. Okay. And then you set your target. You can just do a 2 to 1 ratio for 10. And boom, there's your trade. Okay. And what does it do? Boop, goes right up. Now, personally, after these moves inside this ascending triangle, okay, like 62%, just insane moves. So you can expect some sort of at least a 20%, at least a 20 or 30% move after that. I wouldn't be surprised if it stopped here. Okay, that's fine. But usually, okay, after forming trends like that, it just goes. Okay, so I would personally hold it. I would not sell after a breakout of such a big, massive ascending triangle. I would not sell that for 10%. I would expect that to go even further. And what does it do? Flies to the moon. I try not to say that was cringy. I don't say that too often. But you see my point, right? So we can go even further and say, okay, so after this first down here, this is where it gets kind of hard to trade it. You don't have much to base off of. Like right here, this entry makes sense because we're kind of squeezing. You could draw a line like here and say that this is your lower resistance, and place your entry about right there, to take that up. Okay, that makes sense. Once you get up here, it's much harder. But they're still there. They are still there. I mean, even right here, if you zoom down to the minute, you could say, well, where to go? It was falling, 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 falling. We saw an uptrend and then a downtrend and then resistance, right? You could draw a line like here and say, okay, it's breaking out, and then trade that breakout. It's there. The patterns are there. Okay, even right here, you can say, oh, it's getting pretty close, and see about the same thing where it's forming new lower lows, and then stops making a lower low, and then make your trade about right there after you see a couple green candles on the minute. Right, the trades are there, and even right here, I only recently watched it. I'm making this a little bit too long, so I'll try to wrap it up. But I only recently watched a video on divergence trading, right? And again, I believe the same concepts apply to low market cap coins. They're there, right? And what do we see here? We see a divergence where it forms a lower low, but a higher high on the RSI. So what do? You wait a couple candles. You see about 2 green candles, a little bit of a red. That's your entry right there. Okay, set your stop loss to here. I don't know. I'll just do the whole thing. Set your stop loss to the previous low. Okay, so that gives us a 5% loss for a 10% gain, and whoop, goes right through. And then even further, you can say, well, okay, I'll wait here. We have good momentum, big buys right there. If you go on the minute, that is a big minute candle right there. I'm holding plateaus, doesn't really dip off. Big green candle, okay, about right there I'd probably sell because it's lining up. About right here, I'd probably sell because it lines up with the previous trend, previous resistance point. But even then, it just kept going. So it And that move, that's a 10%. $200 is $20 within minutes. Less than an hour. Like I don't know. Personally, I think trading these types of tokens are very underrated. There's a lot of money to be made. There are some confident people out there who placed $1,000, $2,000 on this trade and doubled their money and took all of it because there are no taxes whatsoever. And finally, I'd like to go over the trade that I just made. I was pretty busy, so I'm not too happy I missed this one, but it did make sense, and I did call it. But right here, right, what I notice is that every single one of these dips gets bought back to some degree. Okay, every single one, whether it's now or later, even this one right here eventually gets bought back to that level. This one right here gets bought back. Right here, bought back, bought back, bought back. A lot of volatility is great. All right, so after such a relatively long downtrend, all right, I expect some sort of buyback at this resistance level. Okay, we saw bounce at this level, and it's about where we had confirmation for the previous reversal, and so I'm placing my entry about right here. So I placed my entry there. Okay, I said stop loss about 1%. It really shouldn't go any lower. I held through, and boom, it hit my stop loss or hit my target near instantly. It was really good, and now I'm not going to re-enter because it's forming a downward triangle, and I expect this to drop off about either to here, and I'll test it there, or to this level here, and we'll talk about it then. But that's my that's my analysis on iSTEP. So much money to be made here. I mean, you could literally sit here in a day and just keep trading for 5%, and make some decent money. Make some decent money. So that's about all. I hope you enjoyed the video. If if you found it and if you made it all the way through, I hope you found it useful. So yeah.